This is Shelley Craft coming to you live on SNNLive. We're at the Sprott Natural Resource Symposium 2017 in Vancouver. I have with me Scott McLean, Transition Metals. It's a publicly traded company, and the symbol is XTM on the TSX.V. Welcome back to SNNLive.
Thanks very much for having me again, Shelley. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's good to have you on the program. Let's get started with a short overview on Transition and go from there.
Sure. Transition Metals is a project generator. We have about 30 projects across Canada within the main company, Transition, and its two subsidiary companies, Canadian Gold Miner and Sudbury Platinum Corporation.
So tell us a little bit about what you do as a project generator.
Sure. Our business model is very clear. We don't like to issue a lot of equity in the company. So compared to a traditional junior that tends to have one or two projects, they raise money to finance those projects and dilute the shareholders' equity. We tend to have many projects, and we like to sell interest in the projects to partners rather than selling equity in the company. By doing that, we keep our shareholders' equity really tight, and at the end of the day, we'll be involved in multiple discoveries, but probably have a minority interest in them.
And there is a large cadre of investors that want to partner with you, is that it?
Well, it's a sustainable business model, so we're not married to a single project. It's a diverse model. It mitigates some of the risk associated with this high-risky part of the business of mining. And of course, investors many investors like to have that sort of security in their investment.
I always look at this as good times, bad times, right? So is this a good time for you to find new projects?
Well, we're still in a soft market, as you know, and so there's a lot of projects out there that are available for acquisition, and that's what we're focused on right now, is trying to find new projects. In fact, most of our projects that we've had are starting to find partners, and the shelf is becoming a little bare. So we're out there trying to acquire projects at good value for our shareholders and being able to leverage those, build them up, leverage them to new partners for our shareholders.
So what's your background, and how does that help you build your company?
Well, I'm a geologist. I worked many years, since 1985. I worked for Falconbridge and Extrata Nickel doing exploration and production geology, and then started building my own companies in 2008. Since that time, I've focused primarily in Canada, and I've focused on exploration in the base metals, those being magmatic sulfides, nickel, copper, and PGEs, as well as gold.
So what are you finding these days? What's hot, what's not?
Well, what we're working primarily right now, most of our work is in our subsidiary Canadian Gold Miner. We have 165 square kilometers of prominent exploration turf in the Abitibi of Ontario. And we are currently carrying out, just finished out drilling a prospect there, which we hope to have news out on soon. And we are currently trenching and getting ready to drill our Lafond project as part of our Lafond property as part of our South Kirkland project. So that's where we're really active. We've also got a brand new discovery. Well, it's not brand new. We discovered it in 2013. It's called Sunday Lake. And we've just brought in a new partner on that called North American Palladium, who's earning into a 75% interest in that project by providing $3.5 million in cash and $4.5 million in expenditures to our existing partner, which is Impala. Our interest, we get a 25% carried interest through to feasibility on that project. It's our best intersection there is about 43 meters of 3.5 grams platinum plus palladium, including 10 meters of close to 6 grams platinum plus palladium.
So if I go to your website, right, tomorrow, and I see what you have there, am I going to see all your different projects one after another?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great setup on our website. The projects are very well defined. Each project is described there, and if there's a partner that's identified who the partner is. If it's available for option, it's identified as one that's being available for option. Notably, we have a couple of really key projects which are screaming for partners. One is a very exciting copper project in Saskatchewan. It's a sedimentary hosted copper project that is, in our minds, the only worldwide analog to the Utikon deposit in Russia, which is owned by Metallo Invest. In another project, which is also screaming for a partner, is Saturday Night. It's a Sunday Lake look-alike in Ontario, a platinum palladium project that we've drilled one hole into and intersected over intersected about 6 meters of over a gram platinum plus palladium. So there's 2 good projects. If there's a partner out there looking for a good project to get involved with, you should be giving us a call.
So this is your platform. How many more projects can you add to this?
Well, right now, as I mentioned, we have 16 partners when you can include our option, our joint venture partners, our equity partners, and our strategic alliance partners. And a lot of the projects are getting picked up. We've got a handful left, and we're looking for partners for those, but it's time to start filling the pipeline again with new projects.
So my last question on topic is, how much do you take for transition on average per project?
Sure. So every project's different, and we've done purchase and sale agreements where we've sold off the asset, 100% of the asset, taken back a royalty and cash or shares. We've done agreements where we option off only 51% of the project, retain a 49% participating interest in a project, and we've done what we really like is when we can get a carried interest well out into the future, and we've been very successful in having some agreements where we'll have a partner come in, earn a high interest in the project, perhaps as much as 75%, like at Sunday Lake, and then we have a 25% carry through to feasibility. So that's a good scenario for us.
Okay, Scott, let's get your website out there if you would.
Our website is transitionmetalscorp.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, Scott McLean, Transition Metals, publicly traded company, XTM, on the TSX Venture. I'm Shelley Kraft. This is SNNLive, and we're coming to you live at Sprott Natural Resource Symposium 2017 in Vancouver. Scott, thanks so much for coming on.
Thanks very much, Shelley.